That is a very interesting question. What is the style of this house? Mid-century, Scandinavian, Palm Springs, Art Deco, glam minimalism. Bam! I love the kitchen. Very, very restrained, very, very clean lined. We used the rift cut white oak, but did a combination of blonde wood and dark wood, really clean countertops, little accents of brass in there. It just looks like the perfect space to make a mess of, right? But then when you're all done prepping and cooking and entertaining, it then becomes a sort of breath of fresh air. We had a few challenges in the house, like any project, but I always think that these challenges become opportunities to come up with very creative solutions. So one of the biggest challenges that we had was that the client allowed us to do the furniture sight unseen. And it was really challenging because when you don't have a starting point, when you don't have limitations to work with, and sky's the limit, it's like you almost become paralyzed, right? We spend a lot of time on the process up front to get an understanding of what the client is looking for, what drives them, what they're passionate about, all of the many styles that they love. And then I think our job is to merge those styles together seamlessly. And usually we're dealing with two partners. And so we're kind of like these therapists that come in and sort of merge the two together. Hopefully effortlessly. What was cool with it though was A, seeing her reaction when she first saw it, but B, just being able to actually fully express ourselves as interior designers without the limitations was very rewarding, but equally sort of terrifying. I have no problems picking a favorite child. My favorite child in this house has to be the velvet mustard colored chairs at the fireplace. Those are classic, iconic chairs. And what we did is we reupholstered them because we wanted them in a very specific color. So I think I had one of the designers bring in 15 plus samples until it was the exact color that I had inside of my head. Because the client had about 5 different styles we had to merge together. So I like to call it mid-century Scandinavian Art Deco, Palm Springs, glam minimalism. And the funny thing is when we said that to the client, it was like a light went off in her head. She was like, that is exactly my aesthetic. We achieved this very complex design aesthetic, I think, by balancing really clean, restrained design elements with these sort of quirky, whimsical, playful pieces throughout the house. Examples of this are in her dining room. We've got this sort of Japanese-inspired dining table, which is very, very clean lined. And then we've paired it with a light fixture that's got a lot of extra detail, brass elements and fittings. In the master bathroom, as another example, again, this beautiful rift cut, blonde, white oak. And then we've sort of paired it with these Art Deco light fixtures, which sort of look like these leaves rising up. So there's not one specific style in there, and there's this really beautiful balance of this clean line, again, with this more eclectic element. I've done this a few times.
Yeah, okay.